last piece in this chapter, and it has us solving some equations as we go through it and inequalities. Remember, the rational zeros, the p's and q's, are very useful, but they're not always necessary. Okay? It's time consuming to do that. So you do that as a last resort. What are the first options for trying to factor something? GCF, if it's a quadratic, doing slip and slide or quadratic formula. If it's a cube, what do we try a lot of times? Yeah, grouping. So don't forget any of those other strategies. Those are going to be more efficient. So let's say I gave you this equation. So we haven't had equations before. We were just looking at the functions themselves. But I'm asking you to find out where this is equal to 0. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I think grouping would be the most efficient method here. Now we do have one concern. Remember when you're doing groupings, we want to put the first two together and the last two together. But can you put a parenthesis after a subtraction? No. So what do we do before we add that parenthesis?
Change the
This is plus negative. Okay, so then in the first group we could take out x squared, and that leaves us with x plus 3. What can you take out of the second parenthesis? So now we have two terms. What do they have in common? So if we take out the x plus 3. Not done yet. What can we do now? So x squared minus 4 will break into x plus 2, x minus 2. So what are my solutions? So if I wanted to graph this, I'm asking you to draw a graph without kind of going through all the steps that we've been doing on the others, but we can think through it. What's the end behavior of this graph supposed to be? Down, up. Okay. Where do we hit the x-axis? Okay. Will the graph go through or bounce at those? One more piece that we usually do to be accurate, how do we find the y-intercept? Okay, I put in 0 for all my x's. Or if you look back to original, it's even easier to see. So we get the right. Okay, so my graph would start out here. Go through, hit this one. Okay, we've done inequalities before, but we were mostly dealing with quadratics. If I look at this, can you tell me where this function is greater than 0? What does that mean in terms of my graph? Above the x-axis. So where would that be? And where's the graph below 0? And I'm using parentheses on all these because we didn't have equal to's. We just had the inequalities. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a similar problem up here. I want you guys to try it in your notes, and we will probably go over it on Monday. So I just want you to try it, have it in your notes, and then Monday we'll start class kind of going over that problem.